Hello and welcome back. This is MC1 Gamer with an update on my Convert This Nagash. I have just about completed the base for Nagash. Now I went and converted up a ton of stuff onto this base. I converted some zombies and skeletons just emerging from the base. I put it on top of a Arcane Ruins platform. I've got all kinds of fun stuff happening here. I'm going to highlight this just a little bit more. You probably could see this just little rat spy, but you know, a bunch of skulls, just some good undead stuff. But you know, coming up out of one side is a Black Knight and the head of another of the skeletal horses. Got a little ghoul hand that's still a little wet. That'll get toned down a little bit when I do a matte coat. And again, more zombies, more skeletons, and here's a couple of grave guard. Let's see if I can get this to. Focus. It's not really wanting to cooperate. Well, I think it's a reasonably good picture. I decided that not to, and I've been converting up my Muslim-themed Vampire Counts army now, Undead Legion's army, with all my knights and even my Grave Guard being, you know, very much Bretonnian knights. And I decided not to do these in that way, mainly because Nagash is not, he's not concerned about Mouseland. These are just Black Knights and Grave Guard, so they wouldn't be specific to my theme, because Nagash is controlling all of the undead. Let's see if I can get a little bit better picture of how these guys came out. Not really focusing well, sorry guys. It looks a little bit better from the distance, I guess. And I decided not to make these bones bright. I wanted them to be dingy because these skeletons, and some of them I wanted to make like some, you know, half skeleton, half zombie. I decided to make them, you know, very, very dingy. I wanted them to, well, everything to just to look like it just came up right out of the ground. And some of the zombies, they look a little bit fresh, but I got a little bit of green for decay in there. And I got this one over here that looks like he's still got, he might be one, a little bit skeleton, a little bit zombie. So this is going to be the base. I decided that I wanted to have, you know, I spent all this time converting up this base. I know the theory in with a lot of videos I've seen about doing models and doing the bases is that you don't want to go crazy with the base because it takes away from the model. You want to draw attention to the model. But in this case, I really wanted the base to stand out. I wanted to spend a good amount of time painting it up, but not, you know, not over the top. I don't think this is over the top. I mean, there's a little bit of blending, some dry brushing, some layering, and certainly plenty of coats of washes. But I didn't want to go nuts with really making this a standout. But I wanted it to look nice, and I wanted it to really complement. A good base can really change the way a model looks, and this is going to be obviously the centerpiece of my army. And so the next thing is, and I've got Nagash all ready to go. He's on a stick, so this is Nagash on a stick, and he's been all primed up, and I've got this so that I can paint him up, and then I can mount him onto these peg holes that I have already dug into the top of the base. And then of course I've got the rest of this all ready to go, all primed up. So that's it. I will post up some more pictures as I get further into further progress. I've kind of been holding off on a lot of other things that I've been doing, including some of the battle reports, which I promise you I will be releasing them, scenarios from End Times, as well as the final of the campaign that I've been in. Mainly because I've been focusing a lot of my time on this. So now that this part is done, and now I'm going to start on the actually working on Nagash. Once that's done, I'll actually have some other stuff that I'll be working on, other than maybe any breaking news or news relay that I've done. I hope you enjoy this. If you have any comments, feel free to leave it below. Like if you do like this particular video, and if you're a newcomer, please feel free to subscribe. And I have a lot more that's set to come before the end of the new year, before the end of the year, and as well as certainly I'd be happy to have any conversations in regards to paint ideas and schemes, conversions. I'm taking advice just as much, as a matter of fact, more, I'm sure, than I am giving advice. I know a lot of people have asked lots of questions on my previous videos, and I'm happy to interact with you guys about anything involving the hobby. Just know that I'm kind of making this up also a little bit as I go along, and probably taking more cues from the veterans and from people that are far more talented than me. So I'll be happy to help if you have questions, but I'm probably going to have just as much to throw in there and inquire about that as you will. So have a great day, everybody.